Hey guys, it's Sydney
And Andy.
and happy Thursday. It's gonna be the weekend. Thank
Yeah.
I'm on summertime and it feels good.
Well, it's nice to get that break. You need it.
It is.
Those kids are stressful, man. And it's not getting any easier. It's a lot of hard work.
I'll say. Thank goodness for summertime.
Yeah. But unfortunately, you pick up a little job and work.
You know me.
Yeah, I
I'd
know.
be bored. I need to be doing something at all
I
times.
know.
And my calendar shows for it. I am triple booked for the rest of time.
We're completely opposite.
I feel like
But
when you were 26, though,
it was nonstop.
you
Yeah.
were on. It's
You were,
on.
yeah, it's nonstop. Yeah. So good. Yeah.
That's what I was saying earlier today. I was like, I love this summer because it's always so fun. But then the fall and the winter, like things slow down. I actually have time to be at home.
Yeah, I don't know why people don't really get together when the weather starts getting colder.
I feel
You
like
know,
just
because
like,
it's like a hassle. You're worried about the weather. You don't want to know if it's going to. Yeah,
well, I also feel like there's a lot of family things going on around then.
true.
Thanksgiving, the holidays,
Yeah,
tailgating.
yeah. Football.
I mean, that's when we see each other most, football season,
Yeah,
which is what? We're 13 weeks away, 12 weeks
I
away.
think it's 12 weeks, right?
I'm lost count.
I think we're at like 84 days.
Time is flying.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, we have horrible Phillies news. Which
So what a horrible couple weeks, man. I
I
mean,
know it's like depressing to talk
two
about.
weeks ago they were the hottest team in baseball, and now they're probably in the last 2 weeks they're probably one of the worst teams in baseball.
It's
Even though
best.
today or yesterday they beat the Cubs in the afternoon to win that series, which is their first series win since a couple weeks ago. Yeah, their starters came out and played. Yeah, just had bad outings. Yeah, consecutively. I mean, and then when they did have good outings, their bats have been horrible the last 2 weeks. Yeah, you said something to me, remember 2 weeks ago about Harbor getting hit with that pitch.
Yeah,
Hasn't been back since,
which is no good.
which is no good. And then yesterday they put Nola on the IL. I think it was
Oh
his,
yeah.
yeah, for 2 weeks. It's just you still got the other guy that is on his 80 game suspension that we could probably be using in some of these situations.
Wouldn't
And
that be nice?
what's his name? That Alvarado.
Yeah,
Uh,
I know.
yeah, like that. That's coming to show that that's probably hurting him a little bit. He could he could help you for some innings. So they're having some problems right now. The hitting has been really bad. I mean, they went one series. They got like 12 hits in the whole series. Am I boring you?
No. I get the nighttime yawns,
Yeah.
especially when my sleep has not been good.
Uh, I saw this morning. I saw the text.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
And, well, we didn't mention we always have our hot topic discussion about Chipotle.
Oh yeah.
I had
That's a couple months
Chipotle
ago.
for dinner Monday night and it made me sick. It was good. It wasn't one of I tried something new and I think that was the mistake. I need to stick
You
with what I
you
know.
can't say I got sick, it was good. It's not
I think
alcohol.
that's not true because that one time me and Megan got food poisoning at the casino from the prime rib, we both said we would eat it again and do it all again. It was good.
Well, I don't know. I don't know. But yeah, you got to stay away from that place, man.
Anyway,
I
back to
mean, a
Phillies.
good thing they don't listen.
Yeah, that's true.
We'd be banned.
Maybe that would be for the best. Then
Yeah, well, I don't have to worry about it. I've never once in my life thought to myself, I want to go to Chipotle.
wow.
Yeah,
You still can't say it right.
well, whatever. I'm
Okay,
not eating there, so I
so
don't really care.
all in
So,
all, the Phillies
really,
suck.
with the Phillies, they're having a rough time. And I think you got to start wondering, do you really think that this team can do what we want them to do the way with that core that they have now?
And I think that they are thinking that because I read an article that said they're going to be probably the top team with the most aggressive trade this year.
So, but what kind of trade are they talking about? Acquiring somebody that they think is going to put them over the top, or
Bullpen
like, yeah, see,
and center field were the two like top at the list.
yeah, and I will say Rojas. Yeah, I kept wanting to see more of him, and he just doesn't produce the way he needs to. And Marsh is the same thing. He's just not. He's just not that good in the field. He's kind of slow. He doesn't. He doesn't get a good break on the ball. He doesn't see it well off the bat or whatever. And yeah, they got to do it. They got to make a change.
Yeah.
But like I said, I don't want to see them give up prospects, the top prospects, because I don't think they're good enough to win a World Series.
A bold statement.
I'm sorry, but I mean, I know I said I wanted to see 30 games, but I saw those 10 games. They were 1-9. Like they're good. They're a good team against bad teams, but they're not a good team against good teams.
Yeah.
They struggle with them teams. Like yeah, today they handled the Cubs pretty easy, but yeah, they lost them. They lost 8-4 Tuesday night,
Hmm.
and then what did I say? It went 11 innings Monday night.
Hmm.
So I just don't think that they're. Yeah, I don't think they're as good as them other teams.
Time will
Could
tell.
be. I could be wrong. Yeah,
A switch
but
could just flip and they could be,
that switch that they flip or that flips goes up and down.
yeah.
Yeah, and it seems to go down when you need it most.
Yeah. Not a good
So
position to be in.
yeah, it's yeah. I mean, they like I said, they really played really well in May and got to June and came apart at the seams. I'm already like June 10th or 11th. I'm like, what's today's date? 12th, 11th, 10th.
11th.
All right. So yeah, they 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 have some work to do
And you mentioned
before before I would go crazy.
you mentioned your USA soccer not doing too hot. Let's just get
Uh,
stuff out of the way.
so I've said this, you know this, but I've said it on a lot that I like soccer. I like watching it. I think it's a good competitive sport, and I like international soccer. I like the USA, of course, but I'm really starting to wonder. I mean, that World Cup is only a year away, and this team does not look like it's ready. Like they're in disarray. They lost 4-0 the other night. Yeah, they're in disarray. even though I realize that not all the players are going to be starting in the World Cup and playing it on that team
Mhm.
played these games because some of them are getting over injuries from their league play or just resting from playing all year and just giving younger guys a chance. But you still 4-0. It was 4-0 at like halftime. It was 4-0, and that just doesn't. They're hosting a World Cup next year.
Yeah, that would be a shame.
You don't want them. You don't want to see them get out in the group stage. Like, and what I saw the last three games. I mean, they haven't won a game. Their last four outings, all losses, and that's 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 really not. That's usually not a U.S.
Hmm.
international team for the last 30 years. They don't really have stretches like that.
Hmm.
But I don't know. We'll see. It doesn't really make me feel that great about the World Cup next year. Yeah, not that I
Okay,
thought
a
they were going to
lot
win.
can happen in a year.
Well, I understand that, but not that I thought they were going to win it. I was just hoping if they could get into the groups, get past out of the group, and maybe win one or two games. Just make it a little exciting. Like I didn't think they were going to win it. There's still a lot of other good teams internationally. Yeah. Like I don't think they could beat Germany, Portugal, France. Like there's a lot of good teams.
Hmm.
Yeah. So that's kind of a letdown for me. Kind of makes it.
Really sorry that that's happening to you.
Nobody likes a wise ass.
Okay, but
Well, some people do.
I'm funny. It's just
That was funny. No, yeah, I got it. It
okay.
just bothers me, because I've been talking about this World Cup since we found out they were going to be hosting it.
Yeah.
And I was looking forward to it. They made a change at coach. I thought they had some good players on the team. I thought they had the right, like, I didn't know about the new coach, but I thought they had some players and they would, I just thought they'd be playing better. So
Like,
you're right, a lot can change, but I don't know that much.
all right, into NFL news. Big, big day for Aaron Rodgers. We haven't talked about this, so do you want me to share my thoughts first?
Of course, I would love to hear.
I think the Steelers would have been better off without him. I think he's not really going to do a whole lot for the organization. And I just don't think they're going to be that good, which is good for us.
No, I agree, but I kind of feel bad for the Steelers fans that they're stuck with that type of franchise after being such a model franchise for 35 years. I
That's
mean,
what happened. Like, I feel like that's just like,
like 35. So you like they won four Super Bowls in the 70s,
I'm
only two
feeling
since then.
bad for them.
No, but they were always a quality franchise that didn't really make them stupid mistakes. And that just seems like a stupid mistake. Aaron Rodgers just seems like an arrogant old man that doesn't know when to give it up. He's just a
Absolutely.
self-centered me. And I don't know how you put a self-centered me on a team.
Yeah.
He he come after he signs his contract, which he waited till whatever. Now I don't know anything. Maybe it was better for the Steelers in their cap situation that he didn't sign till he did. I don't know. I can't say that, right? But the fact that he waited that long, and then he goes to his first team meeting and tells the team, "I'm all in now."
Yeah.
Like,
And like, if I were that team, I would not take that guy seriously.
so the problem
A
is,
joke.
the problem is, he is a former NFL MVP like three or four times. I mean, he's a Super Bowl champion.
Okay, but at some point after you go so long without something happening, that fades. That means nothing to me.
So I agree. Like I get it. Like his last couple years in Green Bay, he had good statistics, but they just weren't.
Hmm.
And then he lost a lot of big games at home, and then he goes to the Jets, and then 2 years were a disaster.
I
And
can't even believe he's been in the league still for these last 2 years. I
uh,
thought he retired after Green Bay, truly.
so really, really, well, the first year he's with the Jets, he got hurt on like the third play of the first game of the season, and he was out for the season. So,
So he's pulling a Joel.
well, then he played last year,
Did he?
just wasn't very productive.
Yeah.
And I just think, like the Steelers, I don't know. I just think yeah, it's good they made the mistake because yeah,
For us, really.
right, right, where they could be building a younger team, checking younger talent, and
1,000%.
yeah.
It's like Tom Brady did it. That was kind of cool because he was good and relevant
Well,
still.
so I think Tom Brady left the Patriots like a year or two after he won his last Super Bowl with them, and he won like two or three Super Bowls in his last 5 years with the Patriots. So he was still doing it.
Yeah, exactly.
And
And
he was still
like
like throwing the ball
then
phenomenally.
keep
Like
going, keep playing.
no
Like
one was saying this old man should hang it up. They were just saying,
exactly.
I wish he would get off the effing field. He
A
keeps
thousand
winning.
percent.
Yes.
Exactly.
Aaron were saying this old man can't play no more.
No.
And I get why he does it. He does it for the same reason Brett does. These owners and GMs just throw money at these guys because they're grasping at straws.
Yeah, but I seriously cannot see like from an organizational standpoint why you would make that decision. It makes no sense.
Well, he's better. He I will say he's a better quarterback than what's on the staff right now.
Disagree. They could be the worst guys I've ever seen play, and I would still choose them over that washed up loser.
Well, so you see what Miles Garrett said, something like, I'm gonna send that old man to an early grave, right?
And he,
Right? He's a pretty nasty dude. Yeah. He's a pretty nasty dude. He's a really good defensive end, right? I told you.
yeah,
He's the guy that does the at Halloween. He has all these graves and stuff of all the quarterbacks he sacked. It's pretty. Yeah, he's a pretty cool dude.
that's funny.
So yeah,
Got a little personality on him.
yeah. And then in other defensive end news, the kid in Cincinnati, Hendrickson, seems like he's really getting disgruntled with them. I don't think he showed up to the OTAs. He's not happy. So, there's a lot of stuff going around about the Eagles possibly trying to trade for him and acquire him. Which, what you thought about that?
Um,
So, I'll just give you a little background. The last 2 years, he leads the league in sacks. He's really good. He plays on a defense that doesn't have a lot of players, and he's still getting double teamed, sometimes getting chipped, double teamed.
but
And he's still making plays. But he is 31, and they would have to give up draft picks, which they have plenty of picks in their arsenal.
it's a no from me, dog. I don't want him. Keep him. What do you think?
So I think, well, I think if Howie can figure, like, he probably wants like a 4 year contract and probably at like 35 million a year. So I don't know that Howie can do that. But I think if Howie could get him at like uh 2-year deal with a third-year option. Maybe because he probably does have 2 good years. I mean, and that does take some pressure off of the young defensive ends that they're trying to bring up.
I think the pressure is good though, you
The
know?
pressure on the guys.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They need to work. They need to do it all. And now's the time when we're hot.
So I get that, but a lot of times you still need veteran.
Yeah.
So like they lost Fletcher Cox last year. They lost Brandon Graham this year. They lost, yeah, they have a very young defense. I mean, very young. So to me, a guy like that at that age brings some veteran leadership that on the field with production. Like it's a I like a it's a that's a real it's a really hard call for Howie because I think it comes down to the contract.
Hmm.
Like Howie, I'm sure could do the draft picks with Cincinnati. Like I think that's easy. The money part and the years is what I think the problem is.
Yeah.
So I mean, I don't know. Would I like to see him? Yeah, because it would definitely solidify their chances of being a very solid defense.
All right. Well,
Yeah.
time will tell on that one. In other Eagles news, Jeffrey Lurie opened
Yeah.
he opened a new autism institute. So
Yeah. Good for him, man.
good for him.
What an owner. Like
Organization.
seriously, what an owner, what an organization. Like that guy's incredible. Thank God that the Patriots, whoever sold the Patriots to Robert Kraft outbid Jeffrey Lurie for the New England Patriots.
Thank God for that.
Could you imagine?
No,
Could you imagine?
no,
That Robert Kraft is an embarrassment to the NFL and his family right now. And Jeff Lurie is just
good guy.
he seems like a really good guy. And he does a lot of good for the community.
Hmm.
Yeah, good for him. Congratulations.
And tickets for single home games start going on sale this
Oh
week,
yeah.
Thursday morning.
Well, you better get on the phone.
10
What time? Do you know what time?
a.m.
You got to do it on a computer.
I don't know.
You should look into it and be on that at 9:59, ready to go because they'll be
Sorry,
going
I actually
back.
can't work tomorrow. I have to buy my Eagles tickets.
Well, you could just take a time out.
Go on lunch at 10.
Yeah. Well, take a break. I mean, they seem very understandable people.
It's great. I love it.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, so all exciting things, really, except
Nice.
the Phillies.
And then off to the beach. Well, like we said, they won 2 out of 3 against the Cubs. Maybe they could, get some stuff together, play a little better. They bought that young kid up, Otto, who, he had a really good night the other night, 3 for 3. I mean, there has been some good things that have happened in these losses, but the
Like
bullpen
good
was
for us
fell
to
apart.
talk about, though.
No, no. So yeah,
Um, so yeah, we're off to the beach this weekend.
lucky you.
Sisters weekend, plus lots of friends.
Lucky you.
I know. I'm really excited. You don't like the beach.
Nah, I don't like. I used to like to be there, but not go on the beach and not really go in the ocean. Just to
Be
yeah,
down in the town,
yeah,
hustle and bustle.
ride my bike
I
around.
knew you were gonna say that.
Yeah,
You gonna
it's laid back.
bike riding in this weekend?
Well, I don't know because the weather doesn't look like it's going to cooperate with us.
Yeah, that's a big thing right now.
Yeah,
You have a big weekend coming up on Sunday.
I do.
All about you, Dad. It's Father's Day on Sunday.
Eh,
Gonna cook you a nice Italian dinner. Maybe
sorry?
it's supposed to be a surprise, but yeah.
I guess you just ruined that.
Spoiler alert.
What time are you coming back from the beach?
Um, we have to drop off Hannah at the airport very early on Sunday.
Uh,
Well, not very early. We have to drop her off. She needs to be there around 9:15. So that's nothing tragic.
all right. Mason was there last weekend.
So the place is gonna be a mess.
No, I think it's okay because Aunt Beth is coming in after you.
Oh, okay. We'll make sure it's nice and clean.
Yeah,
Um,
yeah.
what was I gonna say? Something about Father's Day. You could take a Father's Day bike ride
It's going to rain.
on Sunday too.
I looked at the weather this afternoon. I was talking to Adam, and tomorrow's the last day without rain for at least a week. At least that's what it showed on WeatherBug.
Cannot be real, and I wish you didn't say that.
Well,
I'm gonna fact check you as soon as we get off the phone.
let me know. Once one I can tell you, it's WeatherBug on my phone, so I don't know how accurate they are.
That is not very reliable. I'm not gonna lie. Weather Channel is my personal favorite. They never.
All right, well, let me know what they're saying.
I will.
All right.
All right. Well, it was so.
Have fun tomorrow. Be careful
We
going down there,
will.
please.
We will.
All right.
Love you so much.
All
Happy
right. Love you
Father's
too.
Day to all the dads out there listening.
Thank you.
Love
Love you. Be careful. Bye.
you. Bye.